So, this is what I did for Third Life, like a year after Third Life came out, I think. 1 year ago, maybe a bit more. But while Third Life was coming out, I was writing finals, so obviously I wasn't going to do an animatic to Third Life back in the day. Now, why I often get the question whether I'm going to revisit Third Life and do an animatic to it. And I just want to say, like, there's two ways that I work for animatics. One way is that I just, out of nowhere, get a random idea because I'm listening to a song and it just consumes me and I have to draw it. And I can't breathe until I've finished drawing it. Like, what's a good example of that? The Little Lion Man animatic for the Dream SMP, for instance. That was one of those ones where I was like, oh my gosh, this idea. I mean, the youth animatic, the very, very first animatic on this channel is one of those examples, because otherwise I wouldn't have really pulled through with it. Another way of how I do animatics is that I plan them. I plan to make them. And that's what I'm doing with Secret Life now. I'm planning to do an animatic. I'm still inspired to do it, don't get me wrong. But it's a lot more planned, a lot more methodical, a lot more thought out, and it's a lot more drawn out, and it's usually results in a better quality of animatic. So, I am neither planning to do a Third Life animatic, because the planned ones I do with stuff that is current, right? I mean, Secret Life is currently happening. Limited Life was happening half a year ago when I was working on the animatic half a year ago. I like to do it because it's current, because that inspires me, because it's very recent and people are talking about it and I get a lot of ideas from that. And another thing is that there aren't actually a lot of animatics out there to it while I'm working on it, right? And because I'm working on, like, I'm thinking of maybe compositions for some Secret Life panels and stories that I want to tell. There was the same for Battle Cry for the Limited Life animatic. I didn't want to watch really any animatics while I was making that, just out of fear that I would subconsciously steal the person's idea. Because that is something that I would literally do, like, without wanting to. I'd subconsciously think, like, oh, that was a really cool moment. Oh, I'm going to draw it like that. And that's exactly how someone else drew it. And so there are so many awesome Third Life animatics out there. And those animatics are actually, for me, what made the series. And I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I still enjoy watching animatics, but those Third Life animatics especially, I feel like are so important to that series. And I say that in a way as, like, I'm separated from it. I didn't make one. So I'm separated, and they're so important to me, like, as an enjoyment of the series, and they're so ingrained into my brain. Like, hold on, let me just quickly go through a couple of people who have made some awesome Third Life animatics that you guys need to check out. If you want one from me, you're not going to get one. TLDR, you're not going to get a Third Life animatic from me, but you will from, like, there are awesome ones from these people. Let me just find the darn tootin' playlist. Where are you? So, you've got awesome ones from, I mean, Sweetest Honeybee. Look them up. They've done amazing Hermitcraft animatics. So cool. Kish Doodles did an amazing Third Life one. Genesis Frog. Stylistic Art did a couple on Third Life. Fantastical Rain as well. VAO, as in VYEOH. I still don't know how to pronounce their name. They did an amazing one to Third Life. Ghost Pajamas did a one to Everyone Wants to Rule the World as well. Those are just some names. Like, look back on the video, that kind of thing. Ratsy also did one. Yeah, those are some people who have done awesome Third Life animatics. Check them out. Go look at them. Sweetest Honeybee inspired me so much as well. Oh yeah, their Boogie villain character is so good. They are so, like, these people inspired the animatics that you see today from the Everen channel. It's because these people made animatics to the Everen channel. Let's just scroll into the next picture. It's because these people made animatics to Third Life and then also Last Life and continuing on. That's why I wanted to make animatics to these series. They inspired what I make, so go watch them. They're amazing. If I were to make a Third Life animatic, these animatics are so ingrained into my brain, I would just be copying them. I would not do a better job of it. I would not do a better job at what these pioneers did for Third Life. And I don't think I'd add anything to it. I don't think I'd add anything to the, like, anything of value to the list of amazing animatics that are already out there. because I'd just be copying what they're already doing, because it's already just, I'd be doing it subconsciously. I wouldn't do it on purpose. I've got nothing more to add. I don't have the hype for the series anymore as much as I loved it. There's no hype around for it anymore for me. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm not going to do a Third Life Animatic. Another reason is I haven't found a song. There's no song that inspires me. I feel like the music's a bit loud. Is the music a bit loud for you? There's not a single song on this world that I have listened to that inspires me to make an animatic to Third Life. And obviously I need a song that would inspire me, right? I need a song like, and usually these songs come with whole bunches of like the hype for the series and everything. Good evening, Koala. I'm doing all right. I'm on a rant currently why I'm going on a rant currently why I'm not going to make a Third Life animatic, because lots of people have been asking recently, and I thought I should just address this in stream instead of answering everyone individually. But yeah, these are my reasons. There's no song that inspires me to make one. There's just too much distance between now and Third Life. There's no more hype for it. And there are so many awesome other animatics out there that I won't add anything creatively to it, because I will just subconsciously be copying all those people. That's the TLDR, why I'm not going to be making anything. But I made this poem. Well, I didn't make this poem. I drew to this poem. I didn't make this poem. Omega the Kid did. And that's what you're going to get from Third Life from me. There we go. Rant over. I want to say though, like the people who have been asking, obviously good intentions, obviously being like, oh yeah, I love your stuff. What else are you making? That's totally fine. I'm not, no hard feelings towards anyone who's been asking. It's just like, I've been getting a lot of the question and it just gets a bit tiresome having to answer every time. So that is the tangent, I guess. Is there anything that I missed? I don't think so. Does that explain to everyone why I'm not going to be making a Third Life animatic? I think it does.